In a world crying out for a top 10 show, John Rocha and Matt Knost are here to bring you the top 10. Take it away, boys. Welcome, everybody, to some extra content for our patrons and then our fans.
Eventually.
This is the top 10. I am John Rocha.
I am Matt Knost.
And we are doing our Avengers Endgame review. If you remember when we first started doing the show, we did a lot of reviews for you, seeing the movies that came out and having our own separate thing. Now that we're on our own feed, this is part of the more content we want to bring you guys. So we're bringing the reviews back and making a more of a consistent part of our show. And we can't think of a better film to start with than Avengers Endgame.
Yeah, it was 3 hours of, once again, this is spoiler filled. This is all spoilers.
Massive spoilers.
So if you have not seen the movie and you want it spoiled, then go by all means, listen, at your own peril. Thank you for the download otherwise, or the stream, or whatever the case is.
Right.
We thank you. Come back to it, once you've processed the movie, you've seen it all. I just don't want to ruin anything because, if you are a fan of MCU, you've already seen it at this point.
At least.
Unless your schedule it happened to land on a crazy hectic and just like, I don't have time for 2 weeks or something.
Right.
But more by and large, 99.9% of all MCU fans have seen this by this point.
Right.
That is my only knock on it.
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
Well, in that
Go ahead.
my wife asked me, she was like, "You think I'd like it?" And I was it'd be middle of the road for you, I think.
Has she not seen all the films?
Maybe.
Oh, you don't know if your wife has seen all the films or not?
No, I don't think she has.
Okay. Yeah, that's the big. You have to have seen the film.
You have to, because there's callbacks.
Oh, yeah.
Small callbacks, large ones.
Yep.
It's part of the overall character arc, how certain characters finish up in the end.
Mm-hmm.
It's all. There's so much wrapped up into a lot of these scenes that she wouldn't understand the significance of Hail Hydra.
Yeah, right.
Why did everybody just go bananas?
Right.
Well, because this mirrors this movie where we find out, and that was actually the name of his original crew that he's been fighting. They're Nazis.
Right.
They're like the Nazis of Nazis.
It's also a callback to the comics, which happened last year, where Captain America became
Evil Cap.
Yeah, Evil Cap, and was Hydra, and it was the whole box and all that kind of shit. So that's what I think. That's what was so great about the film, man. You can tell this is a love letter from the Russo brothers to the comics. Like, you can just tell. There's so many references, not just to the previous movies, but to comics, all through this thing. And they still found moments to lay a little groundwork for the possibility of future characters coming into the MCU.
Oh yeah,
And I thought that was
changing
brilliant.
of the guard.
Yes.
On Captain America. Let's see if that works.
Yeah, we'll see if it works.
It's interesting because that's a common thing within comic books.
Yeah.
Eventually, you hand off the duty. Well, it's not common, but it does happen.
Yeah.
And Cap has been one of those guys. So we'll see how that goes. Does he get a standalone? Are we going to continue on with Captain America?
I'd be surprised if he gets a standalone because they're already doing the TV series.
Oh, okay.
Of Bucky and Falcon.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's one of the Disney Plus TV series is Bucky and Falcon. So maybe it's Bucky and Falcon figuring out how to be Captain America, and Bucky helping him with it and working together
with Anthony and
both of them. Yeah, dude, all these Disney Plus shows, Matt, everybody's coming back to reprise their roles. Elizabeth Olsen is coming back as Scarlet Witch. Paul Bettany's coming back as Vision.
So they're all going to be like what, short runs, HBO kind of ish.
Yeah, a few
6-episode arc.
Yeah, exactly.
That's smart.
Yeah, I don't know how much money they're shelling out to these people to do this, because most movie stars don't come down to do TV shows of characters that they've done in superheroes.
But their movie just made $1.2 billion in a weekend's time.
Yeah.
It's worth taking a chance because
of course.
What if 3 or 4 of those series end up becoming excellent and they can ride that now for the next 4, 5, 7 years, depending.
That's true. I mean, Loki is going to have Hiddleston being Loki in the TV series, in his TV series as well. So all these people are stepping into it's very interesting. None of the main
Avengers, of course not.
That's even that's not big enough to bring them down. But like them doing all that is laying is get you interested. And Feige said he's going to make these TV shows connect to the movies more than Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. did or any of these other TV shows did.
Motherfucker.
I know.
You're going to have to watch so much crap just to understand what in the world is going on.
Oh, yeah.
There was one at the end. I had to Google it after seeing it a second time because I was like, maybe I'll catch it.
Which one?
When they're panning through all the mourners.
Oh, yeah.
And the random kid.
Yeah.
And I was like, who the fuck is that? He kind of looks like Quicksilver from the new X-Men series, but it's not quite that actor. But you look kind of ish. Is that... I mean, Quicksilver in this world is dead.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
He died in Sokovia.
Yeah, but it's the kid from Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know through two viewings.
Yeah. Same actor.
Yeah, just, low these many years later.
Right.
He's grown up. He's not a kid anymore. He's just changed. Couldn't tell for the life of me. What the fuck is that?
So what do you think overall, though, man, like of the scope of the film and the story? Because this was a completely different film than Infinity War.
Yeah, Infinity War was all the loud explosions.
Yes.
This was quiet, introspective characters trying to deal with kind of their own mortality.
Yeah.
They finally got beat, legit beat. And the crawl back in, I mean, dude, when Cap stands up and he readjusts that strap.
Yeah, at the fight, in the final fight.
And he looks up and there's just an army. And he's like, okay, this is the hill I die on.
Yeah.
And the contrasting shot of he is bathed in white light and they're, cloud covered coming in, and just this duality between one sentinel and this wave, and it fucking opens up behind, and it's like, oh my God, this is awesome. Dude, the Mjolnir or whatever it's called.
Mjolnir, yeah.
Yeah, when he catches that the first time.
Oh, yeah, man.
Hairs in the back of the neck.
Of course.
He was always worthy.
Yeah, right. Well, yes, he became worthy.
He became worthy.
Right. Well, it was the thing that I did a explainer video for Collider about it, and I saw a fan theory about it, that the reason he could only nudge it in Ultron, was because he was hiding the secret that he knew
about
that Bucky had killed Tony's parents, and it wasn't until he came clean at the end of Civil War that he was worthy again. That he came clean to Tony, that he was worthy again, and so he could wield Mjolnir in that fight. And I was like, oh, that's a great theory. I'm going to use that theory.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was incredible the way they built to it, and then brilliantly, like the fact that it took him this long to convince Tony to be part of it. You knew he couldn't let it go.
Yeah.
He knew the stakes. This is who Tony Stark is, and at no point in my mind am I like he's going to die. Like at no point did I think he was going to die. Even when he did the snap, I didn't think he was going to die.
Oh, I knew at that point. It was like, he's sacrificing himself for the overall. And then the second time seeing it, you in the beginning when he's doing the Pepper video log, whatever, capturing himself, he distinctly says right before he passes out, I thought I could pull one last surprise out.
Yeah.
And then in the end, he ultimately does pull one last surprise out. He looks over at Strange. Yeah. Strange flashes him, this is the one.
Yeah.
This is the only one.
Right.
I'm not supposed to tell you that. This is it. And then he grabs the moment and just, when I knew I am Iron Man was coming, just like, fucking say it. It's a beautiful, the I am inevitable, perfect line for Thanos.
Yes.
And then just the mockery of it, I am Iron Man, but there's a sense of self-pride within that now.
Yeah.
It was kind of tongue-in-cheek the first time from the first movie. It's so many like that. Like when Black Widow, right before they all time jump and they split up, I think she has the last line, but she's like, I'll see you in a minute. Yeah. She's the only one that doesn't come back.
Right.
Like, she's the only one that says any kind of boastful, counting my chickens.
Yeah.
And she is the one that she's like, this fucking movie.
Well, let's talk about that. Do you like that she sacrificed herself? Because that's been the big controversy coming out of the movie. Two things.
Why?
They were saying, well, why does this woman have to sacrifice herself for these 5 men? And that Black Widow never got her standalone movie, her own standalone movie.
Are they doing a previous? They're going back.
It's a prequel. Yeah, it's supposed to be a prequel, but she didn't get it before this moment, and so. Why would she sacrifice? But a lot of people have countered and said, well, she never had a family. Like, she didn't have a family.
Yeah.
She finally found a family with the Avengers, and you saw how distraught she was
when
even 5 years later when she lost them. And what happened with what's going on with Clint. She carries all that so that when she sacrifices, it's her sacrificing for the love of her family.
I agree.
Yeah.
And also, Clint has a family to go back to. You need to raise those kids.
Right.
If we're going to win this, they need a father. Yeah. I don't have my own family. I have not, like, I want to sacrifice this when I don't remember the character's name, but from Black Panther, the female that's on Walking Dead.
Yeah, Okoye.
Okay. When she brings up early on in the status meeting.
Oh, yeah.
The subductive earthquake, I think it was.
Yeah, the
which is
underwater earthquake.
Yeah, two tectonic plates shifting under each other. And she's like, all right, what are we doing about this? And he's like, nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Right.
I'm sorry. We can't stop a tsunami if one is coming. I don't think anybody can without those Infinity Stones.
Right.
But just that. She's just worried and in constant state of fret.
Yeah.
And then Cap comes in with the line of, like, I'll cook you dinner, but I think just make you feel worse.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Yeah, and they're all on their journeys, and then they get this excitement because Scott Lang shows up. And by the way, I love that a rat is the reason this whole thing even fucking happens. And if you've ever read a comic book, that happens randomly in comic books, that some animal or creature or something hits some button or whatever, and it causes this whole adventure to happen. And it's essentially the flapping of the wings of the butterfly causing all this other shit to go around. Lang is in that, but we see Cassie Lang, his daughter, has grown up. So Cassie Lang becomes Stature in the Young Avengers. So now you open the door with the possibility of the Young Avengers down the road, possibly with these. So you have that. You mentioned the tectonic plate shifting. That's possibly Namor or Submariner. If they can get the rights from Universal.
Oh.
Yeah, that's supposed to be if they
that's
can,
really interesting.
Yep, if they can get the rights from Universal, work something out like they did with Hulk, then Namor Submariner now is a possibility going forward. So there's like I said, there's a lot that's peppered in throughout.
But that's a beautiful, they just snuck that in. Be like, oh, well, actually, they introduced that character idea here.
Yes.
And it's not for 4 more movies before he actually shows up.
Exactly. And if they don't work out the rights, it's still
matter.
It's still a line that works.
It's still a line, and it fits contextually within the scene of her over-worrying and the dismissive tone. Just like, But there is no point in bringing that up, I guess.
Right.
Otherwise.
Yeah.
It is because they're all doing about, individual or Clint off murdering.
Doing his Ronin thing.
Cartels and
Yakuzas.
Various drug kingpins around the world.
Yeah.
Is one man Sicario. Which I didn't know that from the comics, that his character shifted and had this knifey persona.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite characters from the comics because Hawkeye's a good character.
He's fine.
But Ronin is fantastic because of me, because I have such an obsession with the Japanese culture and the Yakuza and samurai and ninjas and all this shit. For me, this was a character that I thoroughly loved.
Okay.
And so when I did the explainer video like 2 weeks before the film came out, people were so upset saying that I spoiled something. I'm like, it's in the fucking trailer. He's in the fucking trailer with the katana in the fucking gear.
Listen.
And people were pissed off about it. I'm like, come on. I'm trying to help you understand what you might be seeing in the movie. I'm not telling you what's going to happen in the movie. I'm just telling you what this character's all about.
Yeah. Look, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't.
Man, it's frustrating.
So some people don't care and they're like, oh, that's interesting. And other people just, I don't want anything told to me whatsoever.
Yeah.
Outside of, I know Thanos is in it. And what Avengers are left and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Right. But do you think there's an X-rated Ronin movie that can be made? Because that motherfucker is stacking up bodies. That's not a PG movie. That's an R-rated movie.
No.
Yeah.
They'll never make that in a billion years. This is Disney we're talking about.
I know. I wish they would, man.
If somebody else took the idea and just created, but then you wouldn't believe it as much. It's like, who is this one-man wrecking crew?
Right.
I mean, showing up to Thor's place and you just see that gut the first time and you're like, fuck, Chris Hemsworth. Downey calling him Lebowski. I thought that was a little bit on the nose.
Yeah, but
at the same time,
he would. Stark would.
He would. He would. That's all you're thinking.
Yeah.
He's doing the ether breakdown. And he defaults into his own little world. Thor's telling him, cut it off. He got
Iron Man's trying to stop him. He says, no, I'm not finished yet. I'm not finished yet.
When he stands up, it's so good. Dude, his comedy chops are pretty excellent.
Oh, yeah, man.
But he begins the story and it's rambling, and he looks up and he notices the Cap's in the room.
Yeah.
And he gives him a, hey, what's up, buddy? In the middle, and Cap's kind of like, yes, there's only 8 people here. We all know who's here, but he just flashes him such a jock moment between 2 jocks.
And it's a great juxtaposition to Infinity War when they're fighting Wakanda and Cap and Thor, and they've got the beard. They're all like in their prime in that moment.
Yeah.
To this moment where like Cap is destroyed from having lost the battle. Thor is like thoroughly guilty of everything.
Yeah, wearing it on his sleeve because he could have killed Thanos before he could have snapped his finger.
Right.
He is technically the one.
Yep.
And so that when Andy lost the Asgardians, they got curb stomped, and their fucking planet is destroyed.
Yeah.
And et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So this is compounded on top of both his parents are dead.
Yeah.
Just his brother's dead.
Yeah.
He's by himself.
Yeah, that's right. Everyone's dead. You're right. He's by himself. Yeah.
So it's like, fuck, man. I don't know what you do with that.
5 years of drinking and shit. Like, you could only imagine.
No password on the Wi-Fi, of course. You're like, of course there is. He's a nice guy. I love that. It's such a throwaway line. He's just like, of course. He didn't even need to say it.
But that's the other controversy that people had coming out. This is people complaining about the fat jokes at Thor's expense. And I'm like, dude, come on. Like, as a guy who has struggled with his weight his entire life, and I said this on the Review for Heroes, those fat jokes work perfectly because they're in perfect context with what Thor was before. It's a joke about, it's not about, depression and blah, blah. That's not it. It's that they're making fun of the fact that Thor, who is a jovial character from even Thor Ragnarok recently, is like just doesn't give a shit about how big he's getting.
Look, he was
just depressed.
A god.
Yeah.
He is a god to them.
Yeah.
So he was always this Adonis on some level.
Right.
And to show up and, like, I recognize that body, not the musculature underneath.
Right, yeah, right.
But I was like, I've been there from drinking. My man, I got you.
Yeah.
The day drinking was a little bit, I never did any of that shit. But and just wallowing in your depression.
Yeah.
In the rocket of, like, we got beer on the ship. That's the excuse he needs
to get on it.
To allow himself, like, a last gasp of hope.
Right.
To hopefully rectify all
But he
this.
gets that moment with his mom, which I think is great, too.
It is.
And the fact that they put it in the Thor Dark World, which always gets the most shit, they put it in the Thor Dark World style.
It's weird, but I like that movie.
Yeah. They put it in there. I thought, is there a way of redeeming the movie, saying to you, no, this movie matters to us. Like, we're going to put it in the timeline.
They all do. They're all my babies.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
Yeah.
Laden with callback after callback after callback. Seeing Hulk for the first time, just existing.
Did you like that?
Yeah.
Professor Hulk.
So
cool.
Just the idea of, I like the explanation. Mm-hmm. He lost and I lost, and we realized that maybe we could work together to stop another loss. Instead of fighting each other, why don't we fight the same problems? And you're like, that scene with Ant-Man.
Oh.
Hold on. No, he wants a picture. No, he wants you to take a picture with him. It's fine. It's fine. You should take a picture with him. It was so painful. It was fantastic.
Take the goddamn phone.
Yeah, at the end. The weirdest thing is seeing it the second time and focusing on the kids, because you just solely focus on Hulk.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, kids, but dial down some of this a little bit. Dial it down. But you have to assume nobody's looking at you.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah.
I just did it on the second because, like, I've seen this. Let's see what else is going on here.
Right. And what's great is the film never let you get comfortable through the whole thing.
Yeah.
It never let you get comfortable, right? They were frustrated that they were all depressed that, because even the beginning, having Thor cut off or chop off Thanos' head, like, you're in the first 5 minutes, 10 minutes of the movie, like, holy shit.
When they go to track him down, I'm like, where's this movie going?
Yeah. You're like, what is there? Because I thought my theory was going to be right, that there was another villain behind Thanos, and I thought Galactus was going to show up or some shit, and then because when they cut off his head, I'm like, holy shit, where the fuck are we going now? And then 5 years later, you're like, oh shit, this is going to be crazy.
It is interesting how basically Captain Marvel is God on some level.
Yes,
and they can only really use her sparingly.
Yeah.
Like bringing her in like super late.
Yep.
Super late in the fight.
Yeah.
The initial one, when everything started to get bright, I knew that was her on the first viewing.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, all right, so we're introducing Captain Marvel early.
Yeah.
That's fine. What are we doing with her?
Right.
And didn't really use her all that much.
I think they used her the right amount.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah. Let's see how you build on this. It's just tough when you have Superman.
Yes.
It's not, dude's invulnerable. Nothing defeats him except for one specific, Kryptonian fucking fiber, and he goes down. He's out.
Yeah.
So when you have that in your universe, it's it's why you don't use Hulk that much. It's tough for Hulk to lose.
Yeah.
So how do you have a hero's arc? But they've done that brilliantly.
Yeah.
By psychologically having Hulk fight with Banner is the only person that potentially stop him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, wow, okay, that's one way to get rid of him.
And Ruffalo was right. He said, like, at the end of Infinity War, everyone was saying, like, oh, it's because Hulk, because it could be that Banner is Loki. It could be that Hulk is afraid of Thanos because he got his ass kicked.
Yeah.
But no, Ruffalo said from the beginning that it was because the Hulk does not want to be used as just a beast. In the progression of his character from the first time we see Hulk in the Edward Norton film to where we see Hulk now, he is becoming into his own. And the 2 years he was on Sakaar, he learned to function and was having complete sentences. And so when he's having these discussions with Thor in complete thoughts, you're like, oh, this guy is growing. He's maturing as a creature. So in the 5 years, I think that's what happened is they found a way to communicate and work together so you get the best of both, which leads to that great moment where he has to pretend to be his old self and he's crunching things.
And he just like picks up that motorcycle and casually throws it. Hey, that was good. I wish they'd kept going with that.
Oh,
or
all
cut back to it like really quickly after that.
Yeah,
we just for no reason back to Thor, just for 2 seconds, like him in the stairs. Don't take stairs. No, stairs. And he's looking down. They cut back to that where he's just looking down stairs. It's such a great Hulk moment. It's a flashback to Hulk punching Thor from the first Avengers off screen. It's like, okay, that is a moment from the comic books.
Right.
And, kudos to Joss Whedon for knowing to put that in. They had this rivalry between two of them. Yeah. Who's the strongest Avenger? Just machismo bullshit.
Always.
Yeah. When in Ragnarok, when he's trying to get on the plane or whatever, not the plane, but the ship. Yeah. Strongest Avenger. No. And then he's like, Point Break. He's like, damn it, Stark, type of thing. But he goes through, Thor, strongest Avenger type building up. It's like, shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, just to see, they've had a good handle on Hulk for a while. But I like that theory of the growth of the maturation of both sides.
Well, that happens in the comics.
Yeah.
That they come together and become Professor Hulk. It doesn't last for too long, but that is what happens. And so you wonder if this is something that is a way to set up a possibility down the road of Hulk getting his own movie when the Professor Hulk thing eventually ends up a situation where they can't. It ends up unsustainable. Like it's not sustainable, and so they got to figure out what they're going to do to work together or be a cohesive unit again.
Yeah.
Without having to slide into that, we'll see.
I mean, if it goes on for long enough, then there'll be different permutations of they get along, they don't. Maybe something happens to where they needed the rage side more, and it failed. So now Hulk is in discord with Bruce and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You could, And they're obviously setting up a Guardians with Thor.
Yeah, which is gonna be great.
Yeah,
as Guardians of the Galaxy is just brilliant. And the question is though, and this is a question we were debating for a whole week after the movie was. Is the Gamora he's going after the Gamora from 2014, or is he going to try to bring Gamora out of the Soul Stone realm?
He is looking.
It says searching.
Yeah.
And it says Gamora.
Exactly.
But which one? Because you don't see Gamora get dusted, but you don't see Gamora at the funeral.
Well, no, but she doesn't get dusted. That's true, but she's already made the shift, so she's no longer with Thanos.
Yeah, but does Tony know that?
Doesn't matter. I think it's just because he doesn't know all the individuals down the line.
Right.
So he's just cosmically saying anybody that is in Thanos' army dies.
Right.
And she is now out of working for their side. Mm-hmm. So she pivots right at the right moment.
I just find it interesting that they never showed her again. After the kicking the balls to Quill.
I didn't think about that in the funeral scene, that she's not there.
She's not there. And he goes searching for her. Like when they come onto the Guardian ship, it's her image and it says searching above.
Well, because this is her before she met him, so why am I going to go with you guys? I don't know any of you.
Right. So, But why not show her leaving or doing whatever? Why show him coming after her? Because he's going to try to win her again, And this is 2014 Gamora, so she doesn't have these memories with Peter.
Yeah, or any of them.
Or any
Drax,
right, exactly.
or Groot, or Rocket, or...
Yeah, even Nebula,
sister.
as she makes the turn, right. The relationship that was so earned in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, when they figure out how to work together as sisters and get all that shit out on the table, that moment is missing between them.
Well, don't you think then it'll be both of them are kind of jockeying for her affection between Thor and so it creates even more friction, and then she ultimately chooses him because there is some sort of connection there between the two?
Yeah, but then that's eternal sunshine, isn't it? You just can't help what you're being... Like, even when your mind gets wiped, is it going to be the same thing? So I just find it interesting, and I'm looking forward to it. Do you think Black Widow is fully dead? Do you think she's not coming back?
Yeah. Well, in this iteration?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I think she's done after this in the sequence of events.
Okay.
If they are staying true to their, because they bring up a couple times, like Banner / Hulk, when he was like, I tried. When I brought everybody back, I really tried.
Yeah.
Because there's three separate individuals that have a major connection with her.
Yes.
Between Hulk and Cap.
And Hawkeye.
Yeah. All three have. So the loss is, compounded.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think so, because otherwise it destroys the weight of her decision.
Did Cap, when he replaced the stone, though, when he went back in time...
Save her at that point?
Did he save her?
But he would have to sacrifice something, maybe the stone back to get the individual?
That's what I mean. Returning the stone, does he bring Black Widow back out? And maybe that's how we get that prequel, because Black Widow comes out in the 50s with him. Because the rumor is that it's set in the 50s, which everyone's like, how the fuck can you set a prequel of Black Widow in the 50s?
That makes sense.
Is that possible? So I wonder.
Boy, how much pressure is then on Evans, even though he said he's out?
Yeah.
To make some sort of cameo.
Oh, he'll do a cameo. I think he'll do a cameo.
He said he's done.
Yeah.
He said he's adios.
Everyone says that, and then they come back.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying they got to back up the Brinks truck.
Oh, probably.
Hey, you want me to come do cameo? All right. Like how much work?
Yeah.
And how many zeros on that check?
Do you think Downey Jr.'s done? Fully done?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
He
should become a producer on these films now.
Well, he already gets back-end points.
He got $75 million off Endgame. $75 million.
Thus far.
Right. Thus far. Right. Because apparently it worked out a deal where if he is Tony Stark in any movie, and this is what I heard.
Yeah, not Iron Man, but Tony Stark.
It's $50 million a movie. Anytime he's Tony Stark, it's $50 million, guaranteed. Like, fuck. That's brilliant.
It is. But without him, Disney, rightly, and Marvel, yes, we would not be here. The fact that that script was improv is utterly...
Oh, for Iron Man, right.
Yeah. Which Jason told us that.
Yeah.
Didn't know. Like, you know what? They created something here, and you can take this now and spin it. Oh, we can have the action and the comedy and whatnot. Just kind of have to figure it out. But this is a huge hit on a pretty small budget. That's, good for him.
Yeah, I agree. Because we don't have this universe without him. He is the foundation.
We don't have all these universes trying to do these big, interconnected, huge things.
That's true. The DC stuff or the...
Yeah. Between this and, let's say, like Game of Thrones for something that's so massive and sprawling. And now let's see how the spinoffs do. But to have these huge and kill off and bring in and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, it's a lot of fucking work.
Feige and Feige and Downey Jr. are the two biggest reasons this thing is what it is.
Yeah, that dude. I mean...
Wow. Talk about money.
Yeah, but still understanding the architecture that it would take to pull and orchestrate all of this off is pretty fantastic.
He's like a great GM, man.
A fantastic GM.
Yeah.
And putting numerous individuals like the Russo brothers from, single camera comedies on TV. Community and Arrested Development.
Yeah.
I believe. Didn't they do some Arrested Development? Because they had they put the Bluth car in the background in Civil War.
Yep.
Out on the tarmac.
And they had what's-his-face in The Collectors. The Never Nude guy.
Yeah. David Cross's character.
Right.
Dr. Tobias Funke. Thank you. It's a good show.
Nice pull, man.
The originals
were great.
Yeah.
The ones that have come back have been uneven, but the originals were great.
Yeah, it's a depreciating return, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But at the same time, those couple seasons on Fox were really excellent.
Agreed.
I've already rewatched those seasons.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I haven't seen the newest, but I've seen everything up before the newest.
Are you doing a full rewatch for Deadwood? Have I asked you this already?
It doesn't. I'm sure.
Oh, you've already done a rewatch.
Dude, I've
times.
rewatched Deadwood.
Okay, so you know
so
everything.
many times.
Okay, fair enough.
So many times.
I'm gonna do a quick rewatch before the movie drops. I'm hoping I get to go to a screening if they're gonna show it early. I'm gonna try to see if I can get into it. And if
Let me know.
Okay, I was gonna say if I do,
Let me
that'll
know.
be the +1.
We can do something for Patreon.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
that's a great idea.
Put it up so it releases like, hey, day after or day of or some shit like that.
Right. Good point.
Yeah, I might. When do you think that'll be coming out? Because I'll ask. I've never asked.
It's supposed to be at the end of the month.
Yeah,
This
but
month.
like the early screening.
I don't know. I'll check with Jeff. I'll check with Snyder and see if he's got any HBO contacts. Find out.
Never asked. So if it's Snyder or Wendy or whomever it is, I need to. Hey, please.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, because I'll watch it then I'll watch it again when it comes out on HBO, and then I will continue to watch it.
Yeah.
Even if it's not, as stellar as everybody wanted. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't
It's just to go back to that world.
Yes,
again.
I just want to live with those characters again. I want to see Al
Thoroughly
Swearingen, and now him and Oliphant have to come together against, it's going to be
Fucking
good.
Hurst.
Hearst is still around. He's a force to be reckoned with.
He was the greatest villain in that whole show.
No, I wouldn't say that.
You wouldn't say that?
Season 1, Swearingen is better.
Yeah, but Swearingen eventually.
Yeah, but you don't know that. So if you just look at it as season 1,
I guess you're right.
It's a tete-a-tete between the forces of good and the forces of
I guess you're right.
amorality.
Right. Any last things you want to say about it? We're at the 30-minute mark for this review. Any last things you want to say?
I mean, we could keep going and going and going. There was numerous moments throughout where just like, this is so fantastic. The fact that it's Thor, Cap, and Iron Man to show up when Thanos is just sitting there and Thor's looking at him. What's he doing? Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
He hasn't moved. And Thanos knowing that he believes it. I am inevitable, so they will come to me. The fight will come to me.
Right.
And he's right.
Yep. It's a great fight, too.
It is.
Great swings in emotion, great all that. And, in the end, when you see what happens and everybody comes out of those Doctor Strange circles, you're just like, God damn, that's awesome.
Yeah. And then the rain, fire.
Yeah.
Just boom, boom. Like, what about our guys? It doesn't matter right now. We got to take out some of theirs.
Right.
We got numbers. Let's play with numbers.
And then Captain Marvel showing up at the right time. All of it.
Yeah. Well, just when the guns pivot up and instantly I was like, oh, here comes Captain Marvel.
Yep.
Because they detected something and they're like, boom, and knew it because she hasn't been there forever.
Yeah.
Like, all right, here, reintroduce just right through the ship.
Yeah.
It's like, this is why she can't be around.
Yeah, that's true.
Right through the ship. Well, it's just otherwise, how are you going to stop her?
Yeah. And she was going to stop Thanos, and he had to pull the Power Stone out to punch her with.
Punch her back.
Yeah.
That's the only thing strong enough to take her out is one of the 5 most precious essence of the universe type energy source. It's a problem for a character. But yeah, we could keep going and go over and over and over again. There's so many great, excellent callbacks and scenes.
I want to say one last thing. I think Nebula is really the hero. It's really did a lot of the heavy lifting in this movie. Karen Gillan was fantastic in this movie. Mm-hmm. And if anyone should be coming out of this movie with a nomination, it should be Karen Gillan. She's fantastic.
I mean, Downey would get it. Downey or Evans, but Downey will get it.
I feel like
it's coming.
I feel like Downey did it
Doesn't
more
matter.
in Iron Man 3.
It's the achievement award.
Yeah, true.
It's this was so impressive. Look at you. You got to go out on a blaze of glory.
Yeah. Do you think it'll get nominated for Best Picture?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Well,
it's kind of hard to deny on the box office, so probably.
Yeah. Right.
This huge, and it's the culmination of, and the industry is dependent on superhero films, and we got to start recognizing these more and more.
We do.
If it's going to prop up,
the business.
it is.
Yeah.
So we got to pay lip service to it at the very least.
I mean, the mind-blowing thing would be if Joker's fantastic and this film, could we have 2 comic book movies nominated for Best Picture in the same year? That's incredible. Whoever thought that was
Oh, you thinking Joker at the end of the year?
Uh-huh. It's certainly possible, man. A lot of people talking about that thing.
People, they can talk about it, but until 2 get nominated, I'm going to believe that 1 only gets nominated.
Okay, fair enough.
Let's not go overboard here. Plus, the Joker's already won an Academy Award.
The Joker has, yeah.
Yes, but I'm saying now. So now is that then the industry saying, "Oh well, now if you play the Joker here are the expectations, but you could win an Oscar." It becomes something like that.
Mm-hmm. Who could say?
It's an excellent character.
I'm thinking more of the movie, not so much the performance, but that's certainly possible too.
But is the industry willing to already rubber stamp that?
Yeah.
It's another discussion of sometimes it doesn't matter about the performance. There are other factors that go into it.
Yeah, agree. Yeah.
It's the hypocrisy and politics of the day.
Well, we'll see what happens with the MCU going forward. Certainly, a lot of stuff was, a lot of groundwork was laid. Cap handing off the shield, Iron Man dying, Black Widow dying. Hulk is being Professor Hulk, and he's probably going to help in the transition. Thor's off with the Asgardians, and who knows what's going to happen with Hawkeye. He's probably just going to go home with his family and stay with his family for the rest of his life. He's got a TV series coming out too.
But we got Ant-Man, Wasp, Hank Pym, and Mrs. Pym. I can't remember.
Yeah, Janet Van Dyne. Yeah. You got all them.
Yeah, they're all back, so that means boom, that franchise is still going.
Yep.
Black Panther is all coming back.
Yep. Spider-Man. Tom Holland.
Yeah, Tom Holland is coming back.
Yeah.
We'll see if X-Men ever bleed over into this universe.
Or Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four, I think, happens before X-Men.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think so.
But we shall see.
Yeah, we shall see. All right, well, thanks, everybody, for listening to this spoiler-filled review of Avengers Endgame. Really appreciate you taking the time to listen to our back and forth. Hope you enjoyed it. You guys have been asking us to do reviews, and this is some of the content that we're bringing to you. And thank you. Matt, anything you want to say?
No, to the Patreon people that hear this first, thank you so much.
Yes.
You can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/the top 10 with the number 10. And we're trying to provide more and more content. And we got things in the hopper. We're working on other stuff. But this is our way of saying thank you. And then for everybody that's listening to this a week later, well, we hope we didn't ruin it. Thank you for listening. We appreciate it. You can follow me online at Matt Knost. Go to facebook.com/groups/the top 10 show with the number 10. And we've got groups for live shows in Houston, Toronto, New York. Sign up there or email us at the top 10 live with the number 10, the top 10 live at Gmail. Put in the subject line, the city, and then in the body, just tell me, or tell us rather, how many people would be attending. And that way we can, label you as such and then start getting a head count, make it out your way. But the top 10 live at Gmail or go to facebook.com/groups/the top 10 show with the number 10. And you can find the groups to those from there in the about section of that page. That is it.
Boom.
Recap and review over and out.